Welcome to 1 Million Cups Detroit Metro. We are so glad to have you with us this morning. We will be kicking things off this Wednesday. We have two amazing presenters, the Love Jar as well as Grace Productivity. So stay tuned for some great presentations this morning. We also want to thank our coffee sponsor, Minuteman Press. So make sure you give him your undivided attention as well. But let me scan the room real quick. We're just getting things up and going, and we got a bunch of people coming into the room, but check them out.
Oh, yeah, I sent it already. They said they asked me where I was. Okay.
Say good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Liz.
Good morning.
Wave. That's our YouTube audience.
Our thought was smaller business who doesn't want to have to buy, 100 bottles, 500 bottles. You can go to our website. We let you design it, mock it up, and it can be one thing, a jacket, it can be a shirt, it can be a water bottle. So that's what we have in mind. Coming up soon this summer, we're doing a storefront. So if you have a business and you want to sell your merchandise, but you don't want to have to touch it, we will personally print it in-house for you and white label and send it out for you. So stay tuned to that. So once again, who do we serve? Small to mid-sized business like yourself, nonprofit organizations, Disabled American Veterans Association, one of our biggest clients, Red Cross, Cancer Society, government agencies, we're the contractor, we're the printing contractor as well as promotional product company for Oakland County, printing directory guides, things like that. It's just everyday consumers who want to come in and just get Christmas cards. They want to get a canvas picture. They want to get some shirts for their basketball team, so it don't have to always be business related. I did have a little clip on here, but I don't know if I can use that. Can you click on that?
We won't be able to hear the sound.
Oh, you wouldn't be able to hear the sound? Okay.
Oh, it's the one on the right.
Huh?
The button.
Oh, the right.
Yeah, yeah.
It's still not working. Oh, there you go. Okay. So check out some of our top selling products. Like I said, mailing, postcards, labels, brochures, signage, flyers, promotional products, apparel, pen, anything that you think you can put your logo on it, we can do it. We have in-house capability. We have a UV printer, meaning that we can print on wood, basketballs, baseballs, hockey pucks, anything that you think you can put it on, we can do it in-house. And then we also let you come in if you want to look at your stuff being created. We can set up a time where you can come in either on Mondays or Wednesdays, and you can see if you want to do a test print. So you don't have to buy those bulk orders. We can do one test print off, and then if you decide to go with us, we can continue your order. If not, you can go ahead and cancel it. In the middle, what we did was we created a link page instead of going to the website. So everything on our links page is there. So if you want to go to our links page, which is at imppromotions.com, you can go to our main website. You can just get a quote, our print on demand, our promotional product catalog, as well as we even have, we're a distributor for Carlson Wagon when it comes to wedding invitations. So if you want that majestic, we don't print those in-house, but we are the supplier for them as well. I think I'm almost at I'm at my 5 minutes. So once again, you can scan the QR code. That will send you to our links page. So anything that you need and you're looking for, the best way to get an order from us is either give us a call, you can send us an email, which is on our links page, or you can get a quote. And once you send a quote to us, our CSR will follow up with you. If you need more information, she will call you directly. And also on Mondays and Wednesdays, I make myself available between 11 and 3 if you actually want to just sit down and talk to me and come up with a business strategy. Even if it's something that I don't do in-house, I have so many customers that I deal with, I definitely can put you into the right person to get in contact with. Once again, I'm Greg Glenn with Minuteman Press, where we design, print, and promote you. Thank you.
Thanks. Now I know who's in that building because I live like 3 blocks away.
Next door to the liquor store.
Yes, you're next to my favorite liquor store.
Next door to the liquor store.
So now I know who's there.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it. Any questions? I'm over here.
All right, here are upcoming presenters. You can see we've got a pretty full list of people coming up. Next week will be Spray Patch Road Repair and S4L Partners. The rest of them you can read yourself. I'll give you a minute. Minute's up. But we have openings after this. We would love to have you present if you've been thinking about it, if you just have an idea for a business, or you've been doing it for 2 years and you just run into an issue you don't know how to solve. Sign up to be a presenter. You'll get a coach who'll coach you through it, help you put together your slides, help you with your presentation. Then you get to come up here and talk to all us lovely people. Let's get to today's presenters. Our first presenter is Tiffany with the Love Jar. Come on up. I couldn't stop myself. I had to go, the Love Jar.
All right, I like that little theme song. So it's actually my husband and me. So.
All right.
We need 2 mics.
You gonna let him talk too?
Yeah.
There you go. Yep.
Can you both first, you can be in the. There you go, yeah.
All right. So I am Tiffany Bugs,
I'm Antoine Bugs.
and we are the co-founders of Our Love Jar. Co-founders of Our Love Jar. If y'all didn't hear that, you need to scoot over.
You guys.
Am
It'll be a
No,
little-
we did, right there. Let's start.
All right.
Oh, right, they're trying to videotape themselves.
Oh, yeah, it's good. Alright. So, this time 2 years ago, our marriage was on the brink of divorce. We were barely communicating, we were disengaged, we were disenchanted with the whole idea of marriage. And so, we tried something new.
So we did just a shift in the marriage and decided to focus on the positive that was happening. We had tried everything from therapy, books, date nights, trips, you name it, we tried it, but nothing was sticking.
Yeah, we really just were far apart and growing further. And so I remember one particular conversation that stands out to me where we were having a heated argument, and he's like, "What about all the good things I do?" And I realized I had no mental record of those things. I only had a list of all the things that he did that got on my nerves, all the things that he said he was gonna do that he didn't do, but I had no list of the good things.
So, like I said, we decided that we were gonna focus on it, try one more time, and just focus on the positive things, and the Love Jar was born.
Yeah, and so Our Love Jar is our company, and so it is a jar and marble set. So the jar, it's a glass jar. You can get 5 different sayings on the jar, and then you get his and hers bags for marbles, or his and his, or hers and hers, however your relationship is set up. And you get 190 marbles total, and they're divided between the 2 bags. And so the idea is that you'll both notice the good things and start pouring into your relationship. And so the pain point that we're solving, we feel like, and we've heard from a lot of people that couples are facing a connection crisis, right? And so Our Love Jar just is a way to simply remind you of seeing the love, and a reminder to notice those good things that are happening. And also, research shows that healthy relationships maintain that 5-to-1 ratio of good things to negative interactions. And so we build a mental habit of focusing on the positive things and looking for those positive things. And so when you do have a negative moment, we say when the storm does come, because it'll come, when you have that healthy foundation, it helps to reinforce your ship. And so that's what we're trying to do.
One of the benefits of the jar as well is it becomes a visual representation of the love and affection that you guys may have for each other. One of the things we notice is that over time, that love becomes, let's say, invisible. It becomes, I know you love me, I know you love me, even when something's not going the way you want it. You keep telling yourself those things, but there's nothing to show, that love, or to become that visual representation of, the love and affection that you guys have.
And so our current challenge, so we're a brand new company. We just launched as a company last October. And so we lack brand awareness, and we are also a new category. People are familiar with gratitude jars and that sort of thing, but this is not that. So it requires some education to get people to understand what we do and why we do it. We are also a habit-based product, right? So it does require some behavior change. Like, you have to want to incorporate this into your relationship, and it is a daily effort. The good thing about it is that it's simple. When we started this, we were at a place in our marriage where we didn't have the capacity for, long talks and, those sort of things that they say to try. We had the capacity to focus on one good thing. We're gonna look for one good thing a day, and that's what we did, and that's how this was born.
All right, so what we've tried our in-person events, so whether it be marketplaces, expos, wedding shows, that sort of thing. We've tried sharing on social media, building our audience that way through videos, educational pieces, and then we've also tried local media pitching as well.
And so what we've learned that we typically do well in person when we do in-person events, marketplaces and things like that. We do well, but it hasn't yet translated into online sales, and so we definitely need some help with SEO and website conversion. Also, our growth on social media is lagging, and engagement there is lagging as well.
So, and through this journey, what we've noticed is that majority of our customers tend to be men. What we found is that men typically are appreciate the just simple things like a thank you, or hey, I noticed you did this today. So the jar becomes that representation. So if you go get gas in the morning, or you take the trash out or something like that, some things that you may not think they may want thank you or a little gratitude or appreciation for, it does go a long way. So that jar for men becomes that representation for them of whenever they do something positive in a relationship, it's an easy way for their spouse or their partners to say thank you or we appreciate you.
Yeah, and the conversations that you've had with men in particular have been really powerful.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like for me, a lot of guys can relate to the sound of it. So when you drop that marble in a jar, my office is right next to our jar. As soon as you walk in the home, so that whenever you walk in the house, you notice that, okay, we're building something, there's some, there's appreciation and things here. So for me, when I hear that marble drop, I don't know what I did, but I know it's something positive, and I know my wife appreciates it. So it's that reminder for me to keep doing those little things, so that it's a sound, but I keep being rewarded with that sound. And like I said, we know that there's love and appreciation there, which is the key.
Yeah, and ours is really it's in our entryway, so it's become like the centerpiece of our home. So it is a daily reminder. That's actually our most popular jar for the Love You Choose Daily. It's a daily reminder to I haven't dropped a marble in the jar. That is a reminder to look for those positive things or to do those positive things. So our community asks where all y'all come in. We definitely need advice on helping to get the word out, guidance on how we can drive people to the website and boost website conversions, any connections you have to local retailers, boutiques, marketplace, pop-up opportunities, and that sort of thing. And then, like I said, this is a new idea. And so we're really interested in your thoughts on it and where you think that we should go next to help continue building our brand.
One thing before we start letting people come up here, you explained what you get, you explained how it makes you feel. You didn't tell them exactly what it is you do with this jar. Did you? I read your website, so I know.
Okay.
Why are you dropping marbles? What's the point? You need to explain a little bit. That's part of telling your story.
Sure.
So we need to know your story.
Sure. So the idea is that every time your partner does something that makes you feel good, that you appreciate, so sort of acknowledging those moments that would typically go unseen or unappreciated. Like he gave the example of putting gas in the car, or just, I know he's coming home late, so I just made him a plate and put it in the microwave, and just acknowledging those things. So the idea is that each time you see or notice one of those things, you put a marble in the jar. And so over time, oh no, you're good.
I have a question. Are the marbles different colors?
No, they're not, and they're intentionally all the same color. So it's not a comparison, it's not a contest, it's we're both pouring into our relationship.
How much is this?
$65 for the set. Yeah, and then, boom, we have sales too. It's 180 total, so then they're split evenly between the two guys.
One of the terms that we like is emotional equity, right? So you are consistently pouring into your relationship, into your marriage, so that when you have those tough times, which everyone goes through, you don't just all of a sudden fall into the negativity. It becomes that visual piece where it's like, okay, we're doing something good here. Let's not let this slide. And like she said, if you haven't done something in a couple of days or in a little bit, let's do a kind gesture or something like that to try to get back on track so you can start pouring back into the relationship.
And so you can decide how you want to do it. Like sometimes we'll talk about like each marble, why I'm putting the marble in the jar. Sometimes we'll just, set aside time at the end of the week and talk about it and those sort of things.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you. Thanks for reminding us of that.
All right, you stand on this side, and you can share your mic, and then when you come up, make sure you stand close to them so the people on the YouTubes can see your lovely faces.
Hi, my name is Jack Shapanik. I'm with Global Payments.
Keep coming a little bit more.
Thanks for thanks for sharing about your company. I can tell that there's a lot of emotion behind it, and you're looking to share that with everyone else out there that's going through the same struggles. One thing that I think of is when I was younger, there weren't tools for like my parents, right? They had struggles, but then they found a group called Marriage Encounter. So maybe people have heard about that. Nowadays there's a few different organizations and even churches and religious institutions that provide services for couples, like Teams of Our Lady, Curcio. There's a few different ones, but my point is your tool. I mean, it is a tool, right? Would be good for those that already know that they have a challenge. So once they know that they have a challenge, this is something that re-amplifies, this as a tool. It's going to help them along their journey. So I would actually communicate with those other groups that are already engaged with couples that have a challenge, and that's going to get you an easy in the door, like a warm opening to a lot of these couples.
Love that. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
First off, I love you all's story. There you go. Because when you first said, it's easy. It's really easy to criticize somebody. It's harder to compliment them. And that was actually my pastor just said that to me when I was at counseling. So everything you just said resonated with me. And I think he said the same thing. Like, I wish you had the website up there. I could take a look at it. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. So take a look at it. But I think the good thing is that a lot of us, I am in target market, but when I said I would go see my pastor, I would go counseling. Those are also your target market.
Yeah.
And maybe a demonstration to them, or maybe giving them your product so they can sell it to the other people. Say, hey, this is what we can use in our training. But you know what? Go to this website and go here. I think that, I don't know, we have a photographer here. I did a video, like a 60-second video. I think something 60-second commercial running through YouTube, or even a 2-minute, maybe you all, but I will just rerun that for a whole year. Even maybe put $20 a week on YouTube ads to show that video and let people repost it and see exactly the demonstration of it. Also, I think, I don't know if you get like a little pamphlet or booklet explanation. There you go. So I think really the video is more of a visual, because like I said, most people who's married couldn't relate to what you're saying right now. So I think the video will be a good one.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello. Hi. My name is Melanie Summers. I'm the owner of Melanie Summers Creative. Oh, closer?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm the owner of Melanie Summers Creative, and I noticed a few things when you were speaking about the love jar. So the first thing I noticed is that a lot of men are signing up to buy this product. So you might want to look into, or if you haven't, maybe you have, why that is that it's men that's looking into the product. Another thing that pinged my ear was that one of you said when you walk in the door or when you're around the house and you hear the marble drop, that's like a really visceral experience. And so I help to create digital experiences for people. And what I've noticed is that when you emotionally hook someone, that helps a lot. You said too that you do a lot of in-person sales. Like you're good at that, but the website conversion is a challenge. And it can be a challenge to put your personality on the site. But one thing that helps with that is having those very specific examples about what you just said, about hearing the thing drop in the jar and things like that. And also making it really easy I wasn't able to check out your website, so you might be doing a lot of stuff. But making it really easy for your customers to have guide them through the website. So you can put your products on the site, but there is a strategic way that you can go about guiding your users through the site so that they understand what your product is and so that they get it. And men, that's a great target because unfortunately in the past, and we're just addressing this now in our future culturally, men don't really, it's a stigma for men to, express their feelings.
Yeah, for sure.
So this is a great way I think it's a great idea, and a great way for relationships to thrive.
Thank you. Yeah, we've heard from a lot of people that are actually divorced and they're like, I wish I would have had something like this.
Hello, our little jar. Daryl with Versatile Marketing and Duracell. So I've never been married, but I can give you marketing advice. Something that will be super cool to see next Valentine's Day is more red. I know, I checked out your website, I know that red is not really your brand color.
Yeah.
But hone in on those holidays more.
Yeah.
Quick question, do you all branch outside of intimacy or do you focus on intimate relationships? Like this needs to be a family thing.
So we did, for Black History Month, we did an event in New Jersey actually, and so we did a family jar specific for that event.
Okay,
Yes.
I saw a picture of DJ Envy too.
Yeah.
Hone in on influencers.
Yeah.
And there's like a lot of relationship talk going on. And if men are your target audience, connect with male influencers. They're going crazy. And there's so much energy and there's just so much with this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I would say I want to see more case studies
Okay.
on your social media. I know you have a blog, I saw that.
Yeah.
But I want to see like, okay, I see you two, this is great, solve your problem, but how many families has this helped?
Yeah, and we're just getting those actually, so those will be coming for sure.
That's awesome. And otherwise, you all are doing a great job. And, I'd love to talk afterwards to continue offering any guidance.
Absolutely,
Great
thank you
job.
so much, thanks.
Hello, I'm Ariel. I own an event planning business, but I also have a background in marketing and I work in advertising. A few people said some of the things that I wanted to say, but I agree with Darrell on the social media thing. There are a lot of couples that have a lot of influence and perceived success. I don't know if they actually have success, but I can tell that in the comments, people think that they have it. So if you can even get the male portion of the couple to kind of speak on it, I think that would be good. And then as well, you were talking about the sound of the marbles. I know ASMR is also really popular on social media, so even like showing your hand in his hand, everybody's clean and nice and everything, dropping in the jar and maybe what our love sounds like, and just show it throughout the year. It doesn't really have to be throughout the year, but do a time lapse, filling up the jar with your marbles and showing kind of the sound and action of you guys using it. So that was my thing. And then as well, for just explaining your product, I've noticed with habits, it works well to say, instead of doing this, whatever you were previously doing, do this. So pinpoint what people are doing and kind of target, this is your option on what you can do instead.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, how are you doing?
Hi, good, how are you?
Good, Jawan. Nice to meet you. So I don't want to be redundant, so I'm just going to reiterate what was already shared and just add a little spin on it. So I did a little bit of research while I was standing in line. There is literally over 88 marriage and family therapist counselors here in the, am I not loud enough? So I can get louder, I can turn up.
I think the battery's dead. Oh, yeah, it's dead. We can fix this. Go ahead. Yep.
No, it's all good. So here's the thing. Like I said, I can turn up. So, yeah, I'm a public speaker, so I can get it in. So here's the thing. There are at least 88 family marriage therapists here in Detroit metropolitan area.
Yeah.
Go to the people who are already meeting with your target audience, right? Also, there is another 75 marriage and relationship blogs that are taking place, sponsored here in Detroit metropolitan area in Michigan. Now, of course, some of them have no following, some of them have a lot of followings, but man, I would be harassing them incessantly because here's the thing, most of these individuals who are online talking about relationships are married.
Yeah.
So it's like the blind leading the blind. And that's your superpower. The fact that you actually gone through some challenges, or what I affectionately call BS.com, and you've come through it. So telling that story and going on these different podcasts and these vlogs as a couple that has successfully navigated not just the good and the bad of marriage, that immediately gives you credibility. People are going to be more or less inclined to check for you. And then the last thing I would say is what Melanie shared. Yeah, definitely take advantage of her services. I was looking at your website and I was looking at your Instagram. Great job, but you got to turn up in terms of the content. And I would say professionalize it. Be willing to make the investment in it. Because I, for one, believe that not only can African American men or men in general be a target, but I mean, I've been working with business owners and women, and they're always looking to buy things as well. Right? Sure. So I wouldn't be myopic. Right now, because I've seen that you're prominently on these pages, that's why you're attracting men. But if you both together were sharing that story, and if you had couples that you've worked with historically who can tell the story, third party is the best party. You're going to say nothing but good things about your business. However, if you have other people that you've worked with, they will be inclined to share their stories too. Put those stories on your blog, put those stories on your website. Now you have credibility. And hopefully that makes sense.
It does.
Fantastic. I celebrate your success in advance.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Lucida Walker. I have a coffee company, but also I'm an educator. So I would say professional development. Have you done any professional development? Or I would say as you move forward, conducting professional developments, and also I'm thinking about marriage retreats.
Definitely.
Conducting your own, or also joining an organization that may be having a retreat, and then maybe you all do one of the sessions or a whole afternoon PD on marriage.
Yes. Thank you.
Great advice.
Good stuff.
You got a lot of great advice there. Is there one thing that you heard today that you think you can do right away, that you can go home and, oh dang, we need to do this now?
Listen, that list, you had the list of all the marriage counselors, and definitely we can start hitting that list for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing. Give them a hand, everybody. That's just the kind of awesomeness you'll find here every week. By the way, I'm Mike McClure. I realized I never introduced myself. You're wondering who that handsome man up front was.
Not right there.
I was going.
Right there. There you go.
Whee! Are we having fun?
There we go. Thanks for looking.
All right. I always see pictures, so I was expecting a picture. Sorry, AJ. All right, our next presenter is AJ Johnson. He's the co-founder of Grace Productivity, and he's going to tell you all about his app. Come on up.
All right, well, there you go. I am AJ Johnson. I am the co-founder of Grace Productivity. I'm a University of Michigan graduate, class of 2019. I have a, go blue, there you go. None of that. But I have a mechanical engineering degree, I have a physics degree, and I love cars. So actually, whoever's driving the E28 535i out there, definitely talk to me after this. So, what is Grace Productivity? How many people here have ever been distracted by social media?
None.
All right, so you see you're not alone. So most people have a list of things they want to do throughout the day. Now, some people record this in the Notes app, some use the Reminders app, some even write this down in their daily planner. But people, especially teenagers, they often find themselves being distracted by some form of social media before they can complete all the things that they wanted to do. So if you can kind of imagine a world where one system can simultaneously keep track of all the things you wanted to do or all the things you want someone else to do, while still ensuring that you can block all the distracting social media before those things are completed, our product is able to kind of introduce you to that world. And clients choose our product when they want to be more productive or kind of teach discipline, but who exactly is our client? So Originally, this app was designed for young white-collar remote working professionals, so think 35 and under, because when you don't have a manager looking over your shoulder all day, keeping those distractions at bay can prove to be pretty difficult. I mean, you can see, first bullet point, these people spend an average of 6 to 8 hours a day on some form of social media. So the idea is the user would create a task list or a to-do list with tasks, times, durations, due dates, everything you typically write on your daily planner. Then the user would be able to block any distraction from social media, websites, apps until these things are completed or until an allotted time has passed. So these users can typically be found on like the productivity sections of like Reddit, Facebook, Discord, you name it. And it's simple. But then we thought, like, what if you could actually take that task list you created and send that to somebody else and block their distracting social media apps until they complete the task? So think your employees if you're a manager, or your kids if you're a parent. And then now that's our second consumer client. Parents with kids aged between 11 and 18. So parents typically want to teach their kids self-discipline, self-motivation, even prioritization skills. So we thought, why not be a tool to help out with that? So you can imagine being able to send your kids chores, reminders, even homework assignments, and then being able to block social media until they can complete those tasks. But that's our current challenge. As you see, we have 2 customer profiles, or ICPs. We have young professionals, and we have parents with kids aged between 11 and 18. Those are 2 very different customers, and you access them 2 very different ways. So our challenge is, like, which one do we focus on? Or, admittedly, after reading the book 10X is easier than 2X, do we even focus on a straight-to-consumer app, or do we want to go the business-to-business route, or B2B? So straight-to-consumer being B2C, obviously. So do we even focus on B2C, or do we go straight to B2B? And if we do B2C, is it young professionals? Is it parents? If we go B2B, then who? So admittedly, we do have a business-to-business idea. That's business-to-business to consumer, so B2B to C, and it's parents. But there's a credibility issue there. I'm just a guy. If I talk to a parent and I say, hey, I'm gonna put this app on your kid's phone, you're gonna be like, no, you're not. Because who am I? And I don't even have a kid. So there's a credibility issue there. So how are we accessing parents? But through the schools. Specifically through established learning management systems like PowerSchool or Schoology, which already have access to over like 20 million students in 60,000 schools. And they already connect parents, teachers, and students. So you can imagine being a parent and logging on to PowerSchool or Schoology to see your kid's homework assignments for the day. Then with the click of a button, kind of being able to send those to your kid, and then blocking social media until those tasks are completed. So I love all your feedback on that idea. So what we've tried so far, we've talked to Romeo High School, and we've also talked to entrepreneurs that have either done businesses with schools or are trying to do businesses with schools. And admittedly, when we did this, the app was, I don't even think it was an app yet. I think it was just in its idea phase. So we've also done some beta testing with our young professional ICP, and again, disclaimer, that was in a very early version of our app. So what have we learned? We've learned the schools don't listen. If you're trying to profit, or if they sense you're trying to profit, or if they sense that you're trying to sell something, or even get them to sell something to parents, in one ear and out the other. And they are not heavily funded. So they have very specific line items that they're funded for, and if you don't hit one of those line items in your pitch or your presentation, again, in one ear, out the other. We've also found that user retention is low with our young professional ICP, but again, we think this is because this was a very early version of our app. So there was a lot of ways to kind of cheat the system in the early version of the app, and since then we have actually solved a lot of those issues, so we're actually doing another round of beta testing to see if we actually did, but that was just something we found out. We've also learned that B2C marketing is very, very expensive. So the cost to acquire a customer goes up exponentially with things like click-through rate and cost per million and all those terms and stuff, and it's expensive. We'd love to have a business do that for us. Another idea we've had, something we've learned, maybe we should separate the app into 2 apps. Maybe since we have 2 ICPs, maybe we should just have an app for young professionals and then take all the parental functions and then make that into its own separate app. Like maybe we should just have 2 apps. We'd love y'all's feedback on that too. So that brings me to my community ask. Where would this app provide the most value? Is it B2C? Is it B2B? And if it's B2C, is it young professionals? Is it parents? Is there some other ICP that I haven't even thought of? And if B2B, then who? There are a bunch of business ideas out there, but I am struggling to come up with some, obviously. So, and if B2B, then how do we prove credibility to these businesses? Do we create a consumer base first and then the business will pay attention to us? Doesn't even matter. Again, I'd love all y'all's feedback on that. And thank you for letting me to present. Again, I am AJ Johnson. This is my contact information. The QR code to my right actually is all my contact information. The app's website and my phone number and all that. The QR code to my left is actually a link to our app on the App Store. So I'd love for you to try it yourself. And there is a way to give feedback in the app. I'd love for you to share feedback. This is a very early version of the app. There are features that are going to be coming in the coming weeks. So stay tuned for those. And thank you for letting me present.
Nice job. Quick announcement. Who wants a Chevy car? They found some keys in the parking lot. If they're yours, come see me. If you beat the person who owns them, then it's yours. All right. Who wants to come up and talk to this fine young man?
I do have one. Hi, I'm Lucida Walker, and I am an educator. And so I do understand your issues with education and the lack of funds that may be available. But I know this month Governor Whitmer just passed legislation saying that phones can't be in schools, right? And so I know in the district that I work for right now, they have little motel caddies that kids have to come and put their phones in so that they won't be on them. But then they have their second phone in their pocket, right? So it may be that you write a proposal to the governor. Write her a proposal. Maybe the government can offer a contract where you can, they can pay for the funding of it, of your app, and then it can just be implemented in schools. And also, there's some other school districts that just might, even though, was it Romeo? You said you want to try it out, try Ferndale. You know, the superintendent is an amazing young black woman, and that might be an idea that she may have some funds for. Also, try some grants. They can also pay for it for some schools. And there is money. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, I'm Denise Roberts. My first suggestion to you would be go to B2B and pilot it. Tell them you'll try it, you want the data, and there's going to be a pushback from the employees. So you have to get the owner on board. You've got to find a way that it works for both of them, instead of you being the evil monster that came in and messed with their lives.
Yeah.
And then the idea is now it is organic, and if the parents, because these are all money the employees are parents, the parents see this, then they might be interested in this for their own children. So you could have an organic way to do this, but start with B2B with pilots. And it wouldn't be one, it might be 2 or 3 different kinds of pilots in different kinds of industries. Find the industry that the owners are the most peeved about people on social media.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, how are you?
Good, yourself?
Good. My name is Teresa. I own a small business, and when you talked about it, it resonated with my heart. I'm nobody's parent, so I can't tell you to get off the phone, and I don't want to tell you to get off the phone. I want you to not be on the phone. I've fired my nephew about 5 times. He's my nephew, so I keep bringing him back. But he's always on the phone. He's 19. And something like that would be great for my business. So I think a business to business would be great. I also think a business to consumer would be good. Also, you just have to have the people who really want it. I do think the ideal of piloting with smaller organizations, like I'm small, so I'm lean. So I don't have the money to, if I only have 5 employees and 3 of them are always on the phone, I'm losing a lot of money. So that's very beneficial for a smaller business. And also, when I was waiting in line, I thought about when I go to concerts and they make you lock your phone up. I went to Speak Easy downtown, and they tried to make us lock our phones up. But that would be pretty cool for something like that too. You still have access, but you can't post right now. So if you could go to like concert halls, small businesses, Speak Easies in the area, I think that would be really great. But from a money saving perspective, me, a small business owner that works lean, I would love that.
Thank you.
Go blue.
Go blue.
I don't have time to tell any bad Michigan State jokes, but I'll get you out there.
Actually, it's a funnier fact. I'm from Columbus, Ohio. So I'm the only speck of navy blue in Columbus, Ohio.
I love it. I was thinking what I'd do if I were in your shoes. First thing I would do is I would harass the hell out of every sales management organization I can think of. Financial services, real estate, SaaS, any B2B type of organization, direct selling organizations, I would harass them incessantly to give you a chance, as one person recommended, to test drive it with them, a beta test it with it. As someone who manages about 300 sales associates, that's a huge issue. I have that conversation week in and week out. Get off social media, entertain yourself. And I would just, like I said, just harass them day and night. With the schools, people do business with folks who they like, know, and trust. And the wonderful thing about the internet is you can go on LinkedIn, you can look at the superintendent of the school, and you see who they're connected to. And if there's a relationship with someone, you can target them first and then get them to indirectly refer. And that's the tactic I've used time and time again when going after unions, when going after schools, when going after hospitals. I'll take the body first, the people in the group, and then go after the head.
Yeah.
So that's something you could do that would be really effective as well in terms of getting into schools, because approaching a superintendent, they're getting 20 million calls like this day in and day out. You're right, the budgets are constrained. There's a lot of bureaucracy, there's a lot of fear because of what's been going on over the last 10 years in Detroit Metro. Go after the body and then take the head. So those are the two things I was thinking of right off the top. In terms of working with parents, look, business owners are parents too. So if you are able to lock down a sales organization with a director that has a high profile, they can also be an advocate for you as well. I'm assuming at some point you're thinking 3-5 years down the line, you're probably going to license this software at some point to generate additional revenues. Man, you get connected with one of these larger sales organizations that work with a lot of mid-sized companies, and they take a liking to it, that could be a licensing partner. Then they can help spread it as well. So those are some things right off the top of my head that I would do in the short term and what my long-term thinking would be like. Hopefully that serves you.
Thank you.
Get some great ideas. You stole some of mine, but I'm going to give you some more. Organizations that have people in the field, plumbers, electricians, people like that, a to-do list, a checklist. You're on a job and there are certain things that you need to accomplish on this job. Block the social media until these jobs are done. So instead of a productivity list, it's a checklist of have you gone through and done all the things and have you checked out of this job before you move to the next job. Now we'll unlock. Then when you get to the next job, it locks it down again until you go through the checklist and finish this job. That would be great for small businesses, again, like I said, plumbing, commercial contractors, carpenters, people like that, because productivity can be an issue. You have people in the field, you don't really check their productivity, but they could be spending a lot of time on their phones when they're supposed to be working. So that is a great market, and because with geotagging, with GPS, you can tell when they get to a job, have the ability to lock down their social media. Once they get there, they load that job list. That is a great opportunity for you. But I love the idea of the app. My only question is, can you cheat the system by just checking them all off?
You could. You can't anymore, but you could.
Okay, that was my question. All right, thank you.
Hi, my name is Jenna. I have a suggestion for a short-term solution, which would be, I've done a lot of free workshops where you go to a workshop to learn something and at the end they have a sales pitch, and 9 out of 10 times it gets me because I go because I want to have the solution. And so if you were to do a workshop about how do you keep yourself from being distracted, and you could partner with a speaker that would say, here's some, things that you could do, and at the end you could say, if these things sound right up your alley, but you need more, like here's our app, and you could go into a sales pitch. And so a lot of times when you have small business owners, you could say, do you need to up your workers' productivity? Are you struggling to get people off their phone? You could give some tangible ways that they could do that outside of the app, and then come in with kind of your sales pitch that says like, hey, this is like another solution for you, that like if these things aren't working, or if you've tried all of these things, here's the solution. And a lot of times that'll get you a networking opportunity with someone that'll, even if you just get one out of a group of 10 that tells someone, like you can really expand really quickly when people are just searching Eventbrite for free events or posting on LinkedIn. Like that would be a great way to get B2B customers or B2C.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, everybody. All right, RJ, you heard a lot of great advice. Is there something that's burning in the back of your head? Oh, I gotta do that right away.
Yeah, the superintendent idea was really good because yesterday I actually went to an event for the Detroit Economic Club and I heard previous mayor of Chicago speak, and basically phones are even a problem over there too. And he was expressing like, oh yeah, and the number one issue at home is parents versus the phones versus the kids. I'm like, oh, that's right up our alley. Like I could really do that. So I'm pretty sure he'd be a pretty good connection. I think I'm gonna contact him.
Great. Well, thanks. Give him a hand, everybody. All right, that's the end of our program. I want to thank Oakland Thrive. If you have a business, a small business, you need to contact them because they give you all these services for free. Consulting, workshops, business growth services, B2B services. They'll hook you up with people who will help you. They do workshops. They're a great organization, and they've helped me. I know they helped a lot of people in this room, so talk to them. And then Incubizo, or Incubus will be playing later, I guess. Incubizo, they have memberships here. They have conference rooms. If you have a business, but you don't have a place to meet with clients, you can rent a conference room. If you have a business that's based out of your home and you don't want people showing up at your house because they're ticked off at something your business did, you can have a mailbox here and have it be your business address. They have a new podcast booth. They can show you how to use it. You can book some time and have your own podcast if you've been thinking about it. So talk to Josh or Carmen and they'll give you a tour, they'll give you the lowdown, and we thank them for their support. There is up here, and they'll be up here afterwards, different events. You want to check them out, workshops, different things coming up. Lots of QR codes. You just stand there and scan them all day. You'll feel great. Now it's picture time. For those of you who haven't done this before, we just get in the middle of the room here, and David's going to get on the stairs and tell you that you all look fabulous.
All right, guys, so we get everybody in the center. The presenters come towards the front, please, so we can get y'all in the front. The coffee sponsor as well, come towards the front, and everybody come in between the pillars. I'll take your beautiful pictures, and you gotta go about your day.
And real quickly, again, this is Black History Month, and tomorrow evening at the Event House in Southfield, Oakland Thrive is putting on a Black History Month panel to talk about the challenges and what the future looks like for Black businesses in America. So if you are able, it is a free event and dinner will be served. So come join us. We hopefully you can. That's the Event House on Southfield Road in Lathrop Village.
You got the cups to give to the presenters?
A couple of cups.
I knew that too.
And also too, we have a videographer here today. This is Keem. So if you are in need of any video work, short videos, this is the guy for it. He'll definitely take good care of you guys. And wait for him to give you gifts, and we will take a picture real fast. All right, good. All right, guys. So, oh, y'all guys look great. Yeah. There you go.
Always says that.
Got you. All right. Got count of 3. 1, 2, 3. The last one, say with me, cups. 1, 2, 3. Got y'all. Good job, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.